everyone. Welcome to Beneath the Hollow Moon. Oh, Lorilei, my brain already.
What?
I said my brain already.
Oh my God, you scared me. I'm trying to set up TikTok and I'm going, oh, not another.
So you are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. I am here with my partner in high-strangeness, Lorilei Potvin. I'm Kerrilynn Shellhorn. We'd like to do a quick shout out. We're going to start with, if you are enjoying what you're listening to, we know that we've had a bit of a hiatus. We appreciate all the love and support and messages that you have been sending in support to Lorilei and holding space for everyone. We appreciate all of you. If you are interested in finding out more about what UPRN, our network has to offer, please head to uprntalkradio.com, find out more about our hosts and shows, and there's always new shows coming on board. And if you could head over and give our network owner a shout out, it is Joe Montaldo's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday to Joe. We're saying happy birthday to Joe today.
Yes, we are. Definitely saying hello. Okay. You scared me when you said, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my God.
Brain went all foggy. Well, I've got a lot of little factoids in my brain at the moment. And yeah.
Plus it's freezing here in Canada. I didn't even ask you before. Is it freezing in where you are in Southern Ontario? Like Southern Ontario?
It was tomorrow is supposed to be very cold. It was cold a couple of days ago. It warmed up a little bit, but not much. It's winter. It's winter in Canada.
It is. Okay, so it is, with the wind chill here right now, minus 36, and it's going to get colder. Now, that's with Celsius, you guys. But we have had weather where I've been out in a sweater, which is unusual for the Thunder Bay in northwestern Ontario. But this is more January weather. Definitely. So hopefully we don't send it to you.
It is minus 14. Okay. I know that it was minus 18 the other morning when I went to take care of my granddaughter and take her to school. They didn't even let the kids stay outside. They brought them right inside.
And they should, especially with the little ones, as you can't have kiddos outside like that in that weather.
I think minus 20 is where they bring them in.
Yeah, I noticed when my kids, mind you, that was a while ago, but when the little ones, they would bring them in even a little sooner because they're so little, right? They don't even have the body mass, compared to a bigger kiddo.
Lily kept saying her eyes were gluing shut.
Oh, poor Peanut. Excuse me. That's awful.
I know.
Well, shall we say hi? We got people over on TikTok. You guys cross your fingers. TikTok, please play nice with us. I see people popping in over there. So stay. We're having a fun night tonight, what we're going to talk about. So, and I see Mish saying it's so hot in Australia. So, well, mind you, we say that too in the summertime when it is hot for us, right?
I know the United States is bracing for a big ice storm too. There's places that it's already started.
Tennessee is supposed to get a massive, massive, massive snowstorm. It's a couple channels I watch on YouTube that are talking about it already.
Have you been seeing all those comments about exploding trees?
No, I have not.
We get so cold that trees explode.
Well, that would make sense.
Okay.
I haven't seen them.
No.
But makes sense, yeah. Especially I would think if it's bitter cold like now, and then if it really warms up quickly again, I could see that happen.
I heard it was about the sap.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
So should we?
So cold. Yeah, let's say hello.
I'm going to apologize, you guys. I joined our station manager, Michelle DeRoche. We did the fall McCartney series. We went into part one. We kind of touched on it, I think, before it was before Christmas. And my computer was lagging huge. Apparently, you couldn't see it, but it was. So I apologize. I've already told Kerrilynn if I accidentally speak over you, I apologize. I don't know why it's doing it, but it is being a little slow. So, should we say hi to everyone? I see
Mhm.
somebody mentioned their hubby's birthday, 79th birthday I saw, so we're going to get to it. Happy birthday, hubby. I hear you're listening with whomever this. I want to say Patsy, but I'm not sure. It went by quickly. Oh, look who's here. Hello, Leanne.
Oh, Leanne.
Leanne's a close friend of mine, Leanne Clark. So she says, hello, everyone.
I appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Hello, Mish.
Hi, Mish. She's joining us from the future. It's already Friday over there and super hot.
Hello, Patsy. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Carrie.
Hang on. Everybody's saying hi to one another. We love that. Mish is saying maybe having connection issues. No, what happened was StreamYard, some of our stuff that we start with was missing. So we had to upload it. Got to think on the fly when it's live, right? So thanks for your patience, everyone.
Contessa Martins, hello.
Oh, Patsy. I almost highlighted Patsy again. Oh, no, it's not. It's not a replay.
It's not a replay, folks. We are live.
We are live, and I would have done my show live Monday. I'm going to apologize again, but my guest, I waited till 4:15 my time, which I was going live at 6. So he will come back on. He's on before, but he's over, I think, in South America. So I have a feeling we booked it this summer. I think it must have slipped his mind, but there we go.
Hi.
Hi, Mort.
Mort Ali, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, that's Mish. Mish, you confused me. I thought that without my glasses, it said Miss Shelley. It's Mish. Sorry about that, guys. A little out of practice here. Hang on. I'm going down. Oh, we got Julie Jean Bassett here.
Hi, Julie Jean.
Hi, you guys. Animal communicator extraordinaire. She's also a pet medium, human medium, animal. I was going to say people healer as well. So you can check her out on juliejeanbassett.com. And she's actually a shamanic practitioner. So you can check her out on whitetailshamanichealing.com. And I highly recommend checking her out. I know many of us she's worked with our animals and many things. So she's good people. So let's see, where are we going?
Classes as well too, folks, so pay attention when she's offering her classes.
Absolutely.
Naomi Gerhard, hello. I think I saw you saying that it was going to be very cold in your neck in the woods in Rhode Island, I believe. That's what.
Oh, wow. Right? Everybody thinks we were caught up in wardrobe and makeup. No, we had that done before. Wow. Hey, everybody's saying happy birthday to Joe. So it is Patsy. I did read that properly.
Oh, happy birthday to Henry.
Happy birthday, Henry. Happy 79th. We're glad you could join us. Let's see. Hello.
Hi, Tanya.
Thank you for joining us.
Fiona Clark, thank you so much for being here. Hope you are staying warm in your area too.
Hang on. Oh, you got.
Hi, Victoria.
Yeah. Oh, Tanya Martins, it's -6 in Ottawa, -14 in Toronto.
So, I need to, so it's Astrolight Paranormal, folks, just so that those of you who are listening and are not able to see that comment.
Yes, and Astrolight Paranormal, I met Victoria from Kerrilynn, and she's coming on the Angel Rock. I don't know when, but I'll check it's on my calendar, don't worry. But next couple months, I'm looking forward to it. So Julie's saying we are expecting a bad winter storm this weekend into the teens and single digits next week. Well, that's nice. Not the storm, the temperatures.
Hi, Julie Dow.
Mm.
Thank you for being here. Hi, Heidi. Hello to Audrey.
Hi, Audrey. And thank you for all that you do. We appreciate all of you when you share with on social media or network and different shows. And I'm going to give a huge shout out to Heidi because she does. I don't know how she does it. She makes a big post up with everybody's shows all put together. And we really appreciate that from everybody that shares.
Denise Smits, hello.
Hello.
Saying happy birthday to Joe. Joe Montaldo is our network owner.
Mm-hmm. And I did wish him happy birthday. I think it was about 3:00 this morning. And then when you reminded me, I went, oh my gosh, that seems like 2 days ago. It wasn't. And look who we have here.
Hello, James.
Hello, James.
Good evening, ladies. Have a great show tonight. Thank you so very much. Thanks for listening in.
Thank you. Oh, almost got you deleted there, Jody, by accident.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody. I think we said hi to Naomi, but she's saying hi, everyone. So I highlighted again. Hang on. We love that you guys all talk to one another and say hi to everyone. That's so awesome. Leanne saying hi again just to close that. Oh, Julie says class is coming up soon, you guys. So be sure to check out her classes, Julie Jean Bassett. Just saying hi. We've got, Michelle Wilfong. I got to give her a huge shout out. She's my mod over on TikTok. She's just such a fantastic job. And check out her TikTok channel, My Haunted Apartment. She's got some crazy activity that goes on there. I see Herbert Lopez over there. Welcome. I know who Herbert is, and everybody else that's popping in. Thank you. So we were talking about this, and do you want to start it out with that? It's a longer video, you guys, but it's a really good video, actually. What do you think, Kerrilynn?
Benno just popped in. So Benno from Oz, thanks so much for being here. Hello to you.
Benno.
Thanks. We've both had such crazy lives and stuff going on, and we really haven't had a whole lot of time to chat. And so you sent a couple of pretty cool videos my way, and I thought the first one that you sent would be a great one to kick off the show, and so much to talk about just from that one video.
But we have a question for you first from Contessa. She says, question for Kerrilynn. Today I saw a picture of a beautiful church in Guelph. It's the Basilica of Our Lady Immaculate Parish on Norfolk Street. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Have you ever been there, Kerrilynn, is what she's asking.
Yes. And that whole area is has lots of haunted history to it, and across the street is where I've done the paranormal dining with the dead at the Albion. So that whole section has lots going on.
Interesting.
If you come visit, let me know and I'll meet you downtown.
I have been to Guelph numerous times, but when I was a kiddo, not in adulthood, in a long time. So Michelle Wilfong on TikTok saying, anyone that's in the way of the polar vortex storm, please stay safe and warm. Yes, we definitely will say the same for you. Okay, let's get it pulled up here. A little rusty. Oh, Contessa says, that sounds great. Okay, Facebook we want. I'm a little rusty, guys. Sorry, but hang tight. I'll get it yet. Don't worry. Let's see. Add to the stage. This is from, I think she goes by Auntie. I forget what her last name is. I'm sure a lot of you, if you follow paranormal, or she does spiritual too, she finds really weird, strange videos that people send to her. And what I love is she posts them, but she always puts in the comment, like in the post, if this is your video and you're not okay with me posting it, please let me know. So she's always so respectful about this, but this is a crazy story.
It's pretty long too, though. So do we have to stop it like we do for,
I think what we'll do, if you're okay, we'll go through the first night, and then it's not like a half-hour video, guys, but it's worthwhile. And then do you want to do that, Kerrilynn? And then we'll chat a bit and then go into the second night?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hang tight. I want to make sure I got the volume on. I do.
This person seems to have some weird entity trying to get into her home, and it's actually like really scary. There's 2 parts to it. I've included both parts for you. Watch this and let me know what you think.
I live in the Smoky Mountains near the Appalachian border, okay? In Kodak, Tennessee. It's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need you to know what I just saw in the woods, okay? So let's go. It's a regular night. Me and our daughter are sitting in our hot tub on our property, and she's on the phone with one of her friends, all right? Then I hear some leaves. Don't think anything about it, but we've got like lots of critters and stuff running around, so I stand up over on the ledge of the hot tub to look over our privacy fence to shine the light. I have my shot pew in my left hand and my spotlight in my right hand, and I'm looking. Boom. See it. I say, Kerrilynn, get down right now. She gets off. She's standing in the hot tub. We're looking at this at the same time. I see this. Just one glowing green eye. Okay. Everything around it is completely distorted. You can't see the 2 privacy lights that are long ways on the other property behind it. You can't see the red tower in the background. You can't see anything. Okay. Everything around it's completely distorted. So I'm shining the light on it constantly, thinking that eventually it'll move. I'll be able to tell what it is. Okay. It does like this. And it's at this moment that I realize that whatever is watching us is intelligent and is watching us. Okay. So we keep looking, trying to figure out what's going on. I watched this thing. We both did go crash down like this. Okay. So now I can see like this instead of like this, from 4 legs, and stand up and step around the tree from 4 legs to 2 legs to 2 legs. Okay. And then it starts like this, like stepping, like weird gait. Okay. It's not moving quickly. It's still just me and it. And that's it. All right. Me and my daughter and this thing. Complete silence. Complete silence. There should be noise from it walking on the leaves, moving through the woods. Nothing. We got the hell out of there so quick. I need to know if anybody has seen or experienced anything like this. I don't know how long that thing was watching us, but literally, just like this. And then it decides, okay, you're going to keep watching me, fine. No. And why? If I'm shining my light directly on you, all I can tell is that you go from 4 legs to 2 legs, but I can't see anything else. I can't tell if you're hairy. I can't tell what color you are. I can't make out any facial features, just 2 glowing green eyes. That's it. Here's what's bothering.
Okay, so that was the first part. Like, how creepy. Like, and I mean, this lady's pretty convincing. There's 50,000 views on this video, and it was originally, that's on Facebook, and it was originally posted on TikTok. Like, what did you think of it, Kerrilynn?
Yeah, it gets even more.
Yes.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty interesting. I think the more that she adds to it is what I find fascinating, like, and what they think it potentially is. And when you read the comments, which we can talk about after as well too,
Yeah,
because there was stuff that I had not heard of for that particular cryptid before.
Yeah.
So I once we keep rolling, I think it's a fascinating conversation.
I think we've got Scoose, or I hope I said that right, Scoose 9. There was somebody else I saw, I think Kirby's 100 that popped into. So hi, thank you for joining us. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, just say hi.
Just knowing like that you can see that being go from the 4, like from 4 to bipedal and moving in that sort of like weird gait, that's enough for me.
The other thing I noticed, she said everything went
quiet. Yeah,
And that-
I thought the same thing. There's one location that I've been to where you walk through the woods to get to it, and you can hear all, especially in the summer, you can hear all the insects or stuff happening, and then you get to a certain point and then there's just nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so this is part 2. There may be a little bit of salty language. I apologize, but this lady's for real, and you can tell I believe she is anyways with what she's sharing. So hang tight, we'll do part 2.
Bring me so bad about this encounter, okay? It saw me scanning the woods for a while. It could have completely hidden. It could have ducked down. It could have left, and I wouldn't have known anything. It chose to continue to let me see it like this. It chose when to reveal itself. And it still didn't turn. It didn't leave. It didn't do anything except for get bigger and move towards us.
Yeah.
And the strides that this thing was taking to walk and move, I know for a fact it was at least 7 feet tall, but I'm serious when I say when it got big, I'm thinking it had to have been at least 8 or 9 feet tall.
Wow.
And completely silent, okay? And my husband saw something out there the other night, but it wasn't alone. But again, watching it move, no noise. No noise.
And light's eyes reflect without light.
And the
eyes reflect without light. It doesn't make sense.
been a really long night. Something earlier chased my husband and my son Alexander when they were taking one of the chickens back outside.
Okay. So after it was moving really fast.
Yeah.
Really faster than deer.
Towards us.
Well,
Yeah. From the same fucking place. The same place.
So I shot.
Light to the right.
I shot a couple of times.
Right. Fired off around.
Well, I shot. I think I may have even hit it.
Right there, left. I just saw eyes right there.
Yeah, we've been seeing eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck
They're
that.
all over there.
I'm going inside and I'm telling them what happened.
Knowing who would happen. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. That's
This is insane.
clearly something.
This is insane. Okay, my phone died. It literally went from 60 to 1 and then it died. Okay. So we're sitting here. We realize.
Let's just mark that too. Her battery was at 60% and went down to nothing. Okay. So I
What's going on?
Point. Yep.
I say it's the chairs being drug across the concrete. Okay. Then all of a sudden we hear tapping. The door is on the other side of this, right through those doors right there. The tapping was through there. That's where the hot tub is, on that side. And right along that side of the property line right there is where it was last night. Okay. Then, right after 4 taps on that glass, something tried to put in a code
Oh my God.
on my front door.
That would creep me out.
And it was wrong. And it went, da-na-na-na. And then it left. And it was complete silence. My 2 oldest boys were at the gym. My other son, who is 16, and my husband, who protects our home mostly, okay, were gone. This thing waited until the protectors of our home were gone to intimidate us. And not 1, but 2 this time. I immediately went. I got my AR. I slammed in the clip. I flipped that motherfucker to fire, and I chambered that bitch.
The only people that were in the home were women, children, and the elderly.
I went and checked all the doors. I locked 2 doors that were unlocked. Only one of those doors had somebody been out of today. The other one has not been touched. It never is used. Nobody ever uses that entrance. I went and opened my grandpa's door. I checked on him. He said he'd been in there the whole time. I said, Grandpa, something's trying to get in the house. Do not come out. We're sweeping the house with guns. Stay in this room. Call me if you need me. Then I called my husband. I called my husband. I called my husband. His phone was not working.
Wow.
We just made sure before all this weird shit started happening, I love you too, that our phones were working and our locations were turned on. So I called Carson and I said, where are you guys? Are you at home? And they said, no, we're still at the gym. I said, get home now. Something's trying to get in the house and it is the same fucking time as last night. And here's the other thing. As soon as everybody starts to get home, it starts to ice outside. It's icing outside now. Out of nowhere. Everybody's home safe.
This person seems to have some weird entity trying to get into her.
So, how crazy was that?
So when you read the comments to that video, when you read the comments, they're talking about it potentially being a dog man, and that they watch and that they learn, like velociraptors, they're going to learn the code and try to open the doors and stuff. And that's something I had never heard before about Dogman. I thought Dogman was feral, not an observer to be intelligent, where he could try to, or they, shouldn't say he, where they can try to gain access and stuff like that.
We need to have our buddy Tom Dongo. We should have asked him about that. We'll have to ask him, maybe see what his thoughts are. But the stuff I've seen, that a lot of them, even people that have had encounters with them up close, have said like there's an intelligence in the eyes. And I've never heard of them trying to put a code in before. But
so when you read through those comments, there's people saying that they had heard that before. So whether it is the telephone game or a snippet and, a story that becomes bigger as it's shared, but it seems like it's happened more than once, because when you're reading, how people are, but it seems like people are feeling like that it's a dog man.
Well, I can pull them up if you want. I closed it quick, but I could have pulled them up. But that was I didn't get a chance to read the comments. So did you feel like that was a general consensus, or did anybody else have any ideas what they thought it might be?
Yeah, most of them were saying dog man. And that they were being stalked, they were being stalked, and more than one. They were talking about there being more than one. So deflecting, like a good Penn and Teller, art of distraction. So, catching attention over here so they can observe from another one can observe from a different place.
Well, I know my partner Dell's worked in deep bush and prospecting and stuff, and from the day I started hanging out with him years ago, the one thing I remember always, you never worry about the wolf you see, because that's a distraction, because there's going to be a whole, I know you know this too from when you've grown up, is a whole pack surrounding you getting ready to go through with the hunt, I'll say, right? So because I was shocked to see, this was back in my old house, so years ago, researching Dogman, because it just says like Dogman seemed to come out of nowhere. Like, we knew about werewolves. I don't know. What do you think? Did you find that for yourself? Like Dogman just sort of started appearing and people talking more and more about it?
It was not even on my radar until I started doing the podcast 2 years ago. Like it wasn't something that I had even heard of, honestly. And I don't know if that's just because I was so narrow focused into Sasquatch and Bigfoot, because that's where my interest and passion was or is. So doing the podcast, and it was really Michelle. So Michelle DeRoche, our network manager, she's like, did you know? Because folks, I'm in Guelph, Ontario. So she said, did you know that there was a Dogman sighting just outside of, like, close to where you are? And then she started telling me where all the sightings were, and I had no clue. So it just got me down a rabbit hole.
Well, the one thing that I discovered with my research years ago was there is believed to have been, way back almost at the beginning of civilization, there were, I don't want to say packs or tribes, but there was a people, I will say, that supposedly looked like dogmen, highly intelligent. They didn't speak the language that we would as a human being, but that they did exist. So is that where it came from? Because like I say, we heard about werewolves, and then all of a sudden, and I remember Michelle talking to me about that too, when there was all these sightings all of a sudden in southern Ontario. And it was like, wow, where did that come from? Michigan seems to be a big state where there's a lot.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's what I heard Michigan as well too.
Mhm.
Mitch, you're right. Isn't it
Anubis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mish is just sharing folks who are listening and not visually watching, but Mish is sharing. But you have that Egyptian dog man.
Yes, or Anubis, right? Dog head looked like a man. Oh, we got Facebook not behaving itself now. So give me a sec here, guys. Are you coming back on? No, you're not. Why are you being nasty? Just because it wants to be, right? We've issues. So let me go ahead. Sorry.
Does anybody like? I was not under the impression that Anubis would be like feral like that.
No,
you know?
I didn't have that impression either.
Or shift or change. Though I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know. I don't claim to be an expert on Dogman. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's see some people's comments. So we want to take a quick look at that. We've got a lot of people saying Dogman. Mish was talking about something. She said, first of all, I shouldn't be watching this because I'm home alone for 5 days. And then Cindy Waghorn is here, says,
oh, hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for popping in.
Mm-hmm. So Contessa had asked Mish, do you have supernatural stuff happening around your home, meaning in Australia? Carrie says, get the salt.
That made me laugh, Carrie.
Can't get the salt. I've been watching.
And your other comment, the pea shivers.
Oh, I'm getting there because I've been watching Supernatural as of late because that's my favorite show. If anybody knows, my guilty pleasure, and just something to listen to. So that's what that made me think of. Get the salt. Hang on. Mitch is saying something about she's an old German lady. I was laying down in the afternoon being lazy, maybe, because they're talking about this lady. And then she says, and she picked up my feet and drops them when I'm on the recliner trying to rest. That's interesting. Maybe I missed something with that. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Dogman. Hang on. I'm looking for Carrie's comment you were talking about. People are saying Mish, clench your space. And Kerrilynn Lee says, is the Dogman just seen in that area? What would your thoughts be?
Just, what do you mean? Just seen in that area?
Meaning the Appalachians, I think.
Oh, no.
No.
That's like Dogman has been seen in all kinds of places, like even towards Bancroft, here in Ontario.
Yeah, but it's been seen in the States. Can't speak so much for Europe or the other parts of the world, but there have been reports of strange, unusual dog-like canines over there as well.
Michigan and Wisconsin.
Yes, that's right. I forgot Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Benno. He says solar flares apparently last week affecting everything, especially tech, such as well as the moods of people.
So people feel that Dogman is werewolf, or
I wouldn't say so. No,
I didn't think so either, but I'm reading stuff and I'm like, I didn't know that.
I'm going to go back to Harry Potter, right? When they wanted to know the difference between a werewolf and an animagus, and an animagus could elect to change into, it was the Sirius Black, the third book, but a werewolf had no power over it, right? Supposedly, right? The theory goes, the full moon, if you've been bitten by a werewolf, you change into this wild, crazed beast. Whereas, I don't know, the stories I've seen of Dogman, it seems to be much more intelligent. And I can't honestly say I've ever heard of something morphing into a Dogman. Have you?
No, that just that they are. And so I struggle with the intelligent part because it's so feral at the same in the aggressiveness when you're reading the stories or listening to the accounts of them, in how they approach.
I would, but I've heard a lot of stories, like especially there's a couple of YouTube channels that'll take stories from people. Now we got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because you can't verify that the story is true or was it made up or what. But the ones that, especially before AI and things like that, that people were talking about that have had close encounters with, yeah, I saw that. I'm glad you started. Thank you. That have had close encounters with dogmen have all said the terror they felt, obviously, and that obviously they weren't attacked, though their vehicles have been attacked. And I've seen a lot of people in their stories talk about this intelligence, that if they look in the eyes, like that doesn't mean they're intelligent. It's just what they're feeling or picking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go to those? Do you want me to do the
Kerrilynn's
okay.
first? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kerrilynn Lee is sharing, but she said it had no hair. She couldn't see any fur, etc., which made me wonder about alien. So she couldn't make out anything other than like the shape. So it's not that necessarily that she was saying there was no fur. She just couldn't tell the details of it other than the eyes and going from 4 legs to 2 in the gait. What's interesting about your comment, Kerrilynn, when you read through the comments, there's other people that felt it was alien and reptilian. People went right to reptilian. And that's always where I go, oh, that's where I tap out.
Well, my thing was too. Now, again, I'm not an expert on dogman either. That's why I said we have to get our friend Tom Dongo because he's done so much with it. But any stories that I've seen or reports, dogman has always had these amber, yellow glowing eyes or red, never green. And like the husband had said, there's not even light, and you can see these green eyes reflecting at you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, do you know what, if reptilian are said to have had eye shine or what color their eyes are? Because eye color is a thing. We know that from Joe.
So reptilian, usually they're cloaked if you believe in that kind of thing. But when we look at other reptiles, again, I'm even thinking maybe you can put your comments into Mish, but with crocodiles, I think it's mostly glowing. Sometimes it can be a bit of green, but it's usually when the light hits the eyes. So again, I'm not an expert with reptilians either. So
Patsy, I'm not saying that animals aren't intelligent. I understand that all animals are intelligent, all creatures are intelligent. It was more the stalking part to watch over, to try to do a code, like for something that is feral, to try to punch in numbers on a code to get into a house.
Like that's got to take a lot of intelligence, as well as, I would say, studying the humans in that home. Like that's newer technology. That's not like ringing a doorbell, right? Yeah. So I agree with you when you were talking about, again, that's why I brought up the comment about you don't have to worry about the wolf you see. It's the ones you don't see.
Mm.
So Carrie had a good comment too.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So dogman looks more like a dog head with human body, legs bend at the knees forward. Yeah. Werewolf has legs with dog hind legs. Dogman is hybrid of werewolf and human. How does that happen? My observation and study. Thank you for sharing, Carrie.
Because you are right, Carrie, because a lot of people with their stories have commented how strange the legs were when they have witnessed a dogman by the way that the hind legs, if you will, are, and they're upright on 2 legs too. So thank you for sharing that.
Do they see them on 4 legs as well too, though? Like, or only on the 2? But I guess it was crouching down to watch. Like she's saying she was observing it crouching and observing them from behind the tree or shrub or whatever it was. So she only saw one eye.
To me, they
And then it
usually are upright, but if they're in a chase, some of the stories I've heard, they can drop down to all four and really go at top speed. And please correct me, anybody in the chat, if you've read or experienced something, or, you know, in your own research. But I've definitely, to get more speed, definitely. So Carrie saying, I believe Dogman can talk, Mish, if not verbally, telepathically for sure. Very intelligent. Carrie, I have heard that actually about Dogman. Not so much words, but telepathically, definitely. And whether they choose to or not. Hang on, there was another comment here. Kerrilynn Lee. Do you want to read that, Kerrilynn?
I was getting a mental picture of reptilian, like thin tail that crouches down, but yeah, and the eyes didn't reflect the light. And yes, alligators' eyes shine. So they were saying that the eyes had a shine to them without a light being shone on them. So there was a reflection that they were seeing, or the shine that they were seeing in the dark without the light. So they caught the shine, then put the light on, and then still saw shine.
I think the hubby in the background, if you listen, he was saying something about when he was in the backyard that he didn't even have a light on the eyes, and he was still noticing the green eye. So hang on,
So I would be curious about other things too. Are there UFO sightings in that area as well too? Like, what are the other? Would have to be other high strangeness, because there usually is more things happening at the same time.
Because we had delved, I know we've talked about the Appalachians before, but you guys, some of the stuff that came up in the research today was like, holy cow, some of the stuff I hadn't even heard of before we were talking about, right before the show, like we went live.
Could it be?
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just trying to read a little bit too. I'm sorry that I didn't have all of that ahead of time.
Well, we go where you guys want to go.
There's magical curses. People think that it's a curse.
It could be, because look at that. Have you ever seen that bloodline? And it's in South America. And many of the carnies as the werewolf family, where it's called excessive hirsutism. So they've got hair, they look like werewolves. So is there a gene? Like, and they obviously are human beings and they don't act like werewolves, but they're every part of their body except for their eyes and their lips. And I believe the palms of their hands and soles of their feet are not covered with hair, but everything else is. I don't know. Wow. Plus, if you go back with
that would be genetic, not curse, though.
That's what I mean. Sorry, I hope I made that clear. My brain's not. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, they're not werewolves. So you're right, not a curse. And I was thinking more along the lines of genetics, like you had said, or magical curse. Who knows? Maybe that family was cursed to look like that. I don't know. You are
Benno. Do you follow Benno? Do you watch Banter with Richie B? Because he talks about, like, when they're investigating on the property, the Bigfoot behind his house, that they got zapped, like this. Okay, so do you remember when Richie was talking about that, when he got zapped, where whatever that was, it's a sound or like a vibrational tone that he got knocked out for a couple of days. So
wow.
Do you remember him talking about that? I'm not using the right word, so I'm hoping that you can Vulcan mind meld and give me the word. But it was something like that. So, like, when we're talking about telepathy, I mean, people believe that Sasquatch and Bigfoot can do the same thing. So is it an energy that comes off them, or a tone that they can emit that creates that fear as well too?
Well, the telepathy tapes, if you really dig into it, I think they're getting into season 2. And I truly believe we can all, as I know you know as well, telepathy is a possibility. So why not with beings? Like, where do these beings come from, right? Like, are they off world maybe? And are they in a different dimension? And for whatever reason have chosen to make their presence physically known on our planet? I don't know.
That's what I appreciated listening to Tom share, like that these portals open up where dimensionally these creatures pop in and out of places, right?
So Benno said,
Infrasound. Thank you, Benno. That was the word that I couldn't come up with.
infrasound. Okay. Because there was one thing I had starred too that was an interesting comment. We're going where you guys want to go tonight. We had a bunch of, because she was in the Appalachians, a bunch of Appalachian stuff. If you guys want to talk this, we can talk this, right?
Well, I still think that playing that other video with the eye shine, because we're kind of on that track, would be a good follow-up with this conversation. Contessa's sharing, the first time I ever heard of a dog head with a man body was when I was young, a story about St. Christopher. I don't know a lot about it though, but that he had a different head.
I agree. You're right. You're right, Contessa. I remember hearing about that. And it was in my adult life. It wasn't as a child, but because I went to religious school, Roman Catholic, right? So not that we'd cover that, but it would be a more religious type story. And it was fascinating. There was quite a bit in the records and stuff about St. Christopher with this dog head.
I know nothing about that.
So Kerrilynn's asking, oh, sorry. I don't know why somebody is calling me right now. Sorry, guys. But what would be their purpose? Like, would they abduct women? You're talking about dogmen?
So I've only heard them like terrorizing. I've not heard of.
Yeah, it's never been positive.
Yeah, abductions. Like I haven't heard of abductions or attacks. I think the one that caught my attention the most was the truck driver in Michigan.
I don't know. You have to. What one was that one, Kerrilynn?
This dog man tried to attack him, and he was a transport driver, and it's his story. When you listen to his story, it's crazy, but I don't. So that's not abducting women, but I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be gender specific.
Protecting or expanding their territory. I don't. Maybe.
Because I remember asking. This would have been years ago. I remember asking. Might even have been in my previous home with my friend Jason Bland that has Paranormal Soup, and it was one of his guests, and you could call in at the time. And I remember asking him too, like, where are they coming from? Like, why are they showing up? Like, what's their purpose? And I think if I remember, memory serves me correctly, his theory at that time, the guest, was they're interdimensional, and something. Now, again, this was, if I remember correctly, where he believed they were coming from. He didn't say where, but interdimensional, that they needed another food source. So they were coming here for food. Don't know if it's true or not, but.
Always comes down to that.
Of course, snacks.
Where we are on the food chain.
Or snacks.
Snacks.
So Benno's saying a lot of men is feeling mainly talked about with dog men and not positive. I agree too. Yeah. There was another comment here I had seen though that I was going to highlight before we got the phone call. We'll come back. If I find it, I'll come back to it. So do you want me to play that? Should we want me to do the station ID and then we'll pull up that other video? Okay. All right. So if you do, and then Kerry, I'll get to your comment. Well, I'll just read it. It says, I've heard stories more of Bigfoot abductions of women and the R word. I can't say that on YouTube, but yes, I've heard those too, unfortunately. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening live. Yes, we are live. It's not a replay. Thank you for joining us on UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. And this is Beneath the Hollow Moon. I am your one of your co-hosts, Lorilei Potvin, joined by my good friend and fellow amazing co-host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn. And you can listen to us on 105.3 FM on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in the beautiful city of New Orleans. And that is actually where we're broadcasting from the owner of our network. We got to give him a huge shout out, especially today, Joe Montaldo. He's the host of many of his own shows on the network, but it's also his birthday. So happy birthday, Joe. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. Right? We sure are. We hope he is.
Happy birthday to Joe.
Yes.
Wishing him abundance of all the good stuff. Love, joy, laughter.
Yes. Blessings, continued success, health, all of those good things. And for anybody else who's celebrating a birthday. This year, I'll say this year, because we're all going to celebrate a birthday this year. And so I just want to remind you guys, we do have several shows daily live, and we're not streaming live. The archive server kicks into the last 25 plus years this network's been around. So we are essentially live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. So we're always adding new hosts and new shows to the network. It's not all just UFO and paranormal content. We've got different shows for people with different interests. And if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends and family. The more the merrier. Actually, this network does broadcast to every country in the world, but 80% of our audience is audio only. So we love our people in the comments being able to chat with us, but we got a whole heck of a lot of other people listening. And so we'd love for you to join us in the chat. So we do have a website. It's getting revamped. It's www.uprntalkradio.com. We hear that there is a chat room coming, so you can hang out with a whole bunch of people maybe we've not had the chance to connect with live. And we also hear there may be a merch store coming. Did I forget anything? I remember everything. That's good. So back to the show. So and also I should mention we're kind of talking about dogmen, but we'd sort of started with this incredible video of this woman's experience that's gone viral, and I believe it's gone viral just on Facebook, never mind all the people that have seen it on TikTok where she posted. But you guys have been wanting to talk about dogmen, so that's what we've been talking about the first hour.
Well, it's still part of the Appalachian story.
Absolutely. Oh, Mish is sharing. If you want to read that.
The old dingo man, dreamtime figure who traveled around sometimes as a dingo, sometimes as a man, a shapeshifter.
Every kind of paranormal that you could think of or even haven't heard of, it's been mentioned about the Appalachians. It's kind of like mind-blowing, the amount of things. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, it's a melting pot of cultures.
Yes, definitely.
And really rooted in the rituals that come from all of those different belief systems. And
So on TikTok, Michelle Wilfong, who's our mod over on TikTok here from a channel for the show, is hanging in there. You guys keep your fingers crossed. She says hello to everyone on YouTube. And then she says, thanks for, or I said that, sorry. I was thanking her for sharing the live. She says, I believe they are dimensional and they pop in and out. The eyes are creepy, and I believe the creatures, more than one, were watching. When it comes to the dogmen that the comments were mainly saying they might have felt it may have been this creature with the video. So people are talking about Wendigo and things like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. I came across shapeshifters, like you name it. There was the Appalachians, right? Feral people, moon-eyed people. So we even got humans in there. But this is another video from somebody in the Appalachians, and it's kind of creepy too. This is on TikTok, so I apologize I can't make it any bigger, but
I think it's a great video just to follow up from the one that we just watched.
Absolutely. So
they followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home, and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Have a look. Okay. Yeah.
he's brave.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
You guys go. Yep. A little
Oh,
salty.
damn.
I would be too.
Son of a bitch is on the other side of the house. Oh. Freaking thing.
So that's the end of it. But whole padoodle. That was just creepy. What do you think?
We should play it twice.
Want to play it twice? Well, of course, I was in so much of a hurry to end it, you guys. So give me a sec here. Give me a second as I upload it again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mish.
What did Mish say?
She's not going outside now at nighttime for the next 5 days.
Well, don't feel bad, Mish, because I'm home alone too and have been for weeks. So I'll join you. I'll join you in thinking of you too. Just keep thinking I'm safe, I'm protected, because you are. I believe we are. Scary creatures. Okay, let's play it again. TikTok, for some reason, doesn't go down to the play bar at the bottom, so I'm trying to get it to go right at the beginning, you guys. So hang on. Yeah, let me see if it'll restart it here. No, it will not. Sorry, guys. I'm trying here. Okay, let's pull her up again, and we'll play it one more time. Oh, Heidi says she lost service. She's getting snacks for movies.
Because it's all about the snacks. I want to know what kind of snacks you got.
So do I. I want to know what kind of snacks as we start playing this. Hang on.
My current fave is cashews with the everything bagel stuff on top of it.
Ooh. Wow. Well, I got lots of snacks I like. And I know you do. We have many of the same that we like the same stuff too. You guys, let us know what your favorite snacks are as we replay this. We'd love to hear.
They followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
Blow it up for you.
I think.
Oh, sorry. I think I accidentally
I don't know what to do. But they followed me home, and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Have a look. Okay. Get on the other side.
I want to know what those lights are in the background too.
Oh, damn. Holy shit. All right.
I'm going to blow it up for you guys again. That's what was on top of his.
Oh, damn. Son of a bitch is on the other side of the house. Oh. Freaking thing.
So I'm keeping it open just in case. Okay, so what do you guys? Oh, Carrie's saying get the pop. Oh, we got all our snacks here. So what do you guys think that was too? Like, what do you think, Kerrilynn? Before we get into the snacks.
So I was actually reading Carrie's comment about the rake, or that it looked like a rake.
Where is that one? The rake. I'm looking from towards the bottom. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering too. It kind of looked more like what would be classified as the rake. And have you guys seen pictures of the rake before?
So hairless, right? And elongated limbs with the
head.
big
I've seen them quite elongated too. Yeah.
So didn't it start like as a folklore story?
I was just thinking that. I believe it did, as a creepypasta or something like that.
Yeah, like as a story that took off. And then that's always, kind of where did we create all that with our thoughts? And I'm reading Kerrilynn's comment as well too. It followed me home from the gifting rock, like what that person was saying at 1 a.m. So agreed. What the hell is the gifting rock? Why go there at that time? So if you do, I encourage everybody to watch Richie's podcast.
I was just thinking that. Yes.
Yeah. So banter with Richie B and Wojo, and he's got his own network started as well too. And
does he? Oh,
Mhm.
good for them.
Yeah, I'm super excited for all of them. For Sam too, from Sam's Pretty Paranormal. So they have a gifting
Oh.
chair, and they leave gifts for the Sasquatch on the property, and they've had very fascinating things happen with the things that they leave. So they've left jars of peanut butter. They leave like cakes and stuff like that. They leave treats because Sasquatch likes snacks too. And very interesting things have happened with the gifting chair. So maybe they were doing something like that too. It's hard when we're only seeing a snippet of what the whole event was, and was it the first time or the second time? How
Maybe
often it
this
happened?
happened. I'm so sorry. Go finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I just said you just don't know like what all the backstory is. You're not sure if that one's real, Patsy?
I think it's happened more than once to him for the fact that he checked up at the roof first and then he walked around and then saw it on the roof. I got it. Just my thoughts. And again, we always have to be skeptical, right, Patsy, to ask, like, say, not sure if this one's real or not. Absolutely. Like, I think probably every video that we share, even if we share it amongst ourselves, you got to ask. My thing is, I got a lot of questions.
Well, there's always lots of questions.
I had a question for you, though. With Richie B and with the Sasquatch in his back, I don't mean to make it sound disrespectful, but in his back property, I'll say.
His back 40.
Back 40. Okay, thank you. With his gifting chair, has he experienced that Bigfoot has left gifts for him as well? Because I've heard of it before. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
They have exchanged gifts for sure.
So to me, that's got a lot of intelligence as well, right? When you leave them something and they bring you something back in return, I think that's beautiful. Yeah, definitely. So, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, and when you think about like just that phrase has me thinking like when you hear gifting rock, if like what the cultural background is for that area where that video was taken.
Again, somewhere in the Appalachians, it came up. So I'm just going to share some of Michelle Wilfong's comments. She said over on TikTok, she said, wowzers, that one was scary, meaning the second video. I believe there's dimensions we know nothing about. It's bigger than all of us. And she said, I question everything. Conversation and discussion opens up other possibilities. I could not agree more.
Yeah, and open-minded that we can change our mind when we hear something.
Yeah.
Right?
I think if we think that we've got it all figured out, and I've always said this with the paranormal, is it's infinitesimally, I can't even say the word, infinitely, I'll say, so much larger than what we think everyday life is. I've always felt, right? Like as soon as you kind of open the door a crack, even if you think you have it all figured out, something happens that's like, oh, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah. And I'm just open-minded that anything is possible. It's all possible. Why can't it be? And then you start talking to people like Mike Ricksecker, where it's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, and time shifts and time loops. And then it's all possible. It's already happened.
No, I agree. And then you get back. That's one of my favorite comment. I know one of the things with Leanne, if she's still here, Leanne Clark, I met her years ago in a group we used to belong to. We were taking a course together, and I think she was doing Akashic Records readings, and I was drawn right away at that time. Well, I think the first time we talked, it was 5 hours, but we bonded over crystals because she's known as a crystal architect, but I call her the crystal wizardress. If I don't know what something is, I just got to send her a picture and she will. But the other thing, dimensions, timelines, the multiverse, and you start talking about those things and then it just becomes, I don't know, my mind just ends up in a twist trying to fathom it all and understand it. Like, I don't know, how do you feel about those things?
Oh yeah, it makes my eyeballs cross.
Yes. That's what I think too.
It's just like I just need to get through my day. In this moment, this is what I can handle. And that's where I'm at. But then I have these weird things where I think that something timey-wimey has just happened and probably did. So I can.
Well, plus, if there is no time except here on this planet, the past, present, and future are happening all at the same time, right? That's where the real timey-wimey comes in.
Yeah.
Definitely. So where do you want to go with things now? Where do you want to talk about some of the weird stuff? Do you want to get a bit into some of this stuff, or what do you want to do?
Contessa, I love the rabbit hole of ley lines as well too.
Yes. Well, that was one of the theories that came up because I was asking why the Appalachians. And one of the things that did come up as well was the different cultures and people from different belief systems and different parts of the world, but also ley lines too.
Yeah, I think that, and those of us who do a lot of energy work know that we can help heal and shift those lines. So, and where, because I think that Richie has also talked about that as well too, like depending on where those ley lines, I know a couple of places that I work from are close to ley lines, and all kinds of weird high strangeness happens where those ley lines cross, where ley lines are.
Just before Benno's question here for you, Kerrilynn, but I will tell you, I have a course called Diamond Dowsing by Marie Diamond. She was, I think, one of the people that when The Secret first came out, the documentary was on there. But that course works with ley lines, underground water, using copper rods, as well as many other things to, again, working with healing, working with certain types of energy and portals and things like that. And I just have always felt ever since, and it was years ago when I took that course, how underrated people don't consider ley lines in particular, and then coupled with underground water and things, right, that can really contribute to high strangeness and many other things. Huge. So Benno has a question for you, and it says, Kerrilynn, serious question. Are you able to use your abilities to connect with cryptids if they are around? And that's actually a really good question, Benno.
Yes.
Yes. That's all we're getting.
Yes. I don't know where we're going with that, but yes. Yes.
So that's your answer you get. Yes. Yes.
It's a yes, no question, right? We're not asking for specifics.
That's true. And he says, cool. Very cool. Yes. And Mish was adding to with ley lines here, something about because the ley lines get used for negative things. Well, was it Mish? I'm sorry, it keeps jumping up on me here. Sorry. Yeah, Mish. But you know what? Isn't that always the way, though, with anything on this planet, right? Because we live in a duality that I think it's about the intention you set and how you go forth for the way you use things. So could it be used negatively? Yes, but it can also be used positively. Go ahead. Sorry.
And we know, depending on the work that we do, some of us are meant to work in that in that space, and some of us aren't, and it's just where we go, right?
I agree. And believe it or not, there is no right or wrong, really, right? Like, we're here to have experiences, and of course, in the human eyes with ethics and legalities and things, absolutely. But it's about, you can be in service to self or you can be in service to others, right? It's just the path that we've chosen. And I don't mean to make that sound arrogant, but what I'm trying to say is whatever path you choose is the experience you're going to be having, right? And you can change your mind too, is where I'm going with that, I guess. Were you
Sorry,
say
I took that breath and I was frowning because I was thinking about an example of something. So I wasn't frowning at you, and I was
I
reading
didn't
at the
even
same
notice.
time. So I was multitasking like a squirrel on Red Bull, and I'm feeling kind of, angry. So
Are
there's,
you?
yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
you need
eat.
to grab a
So
snack.
yeah,
We
I
didn't get
took
into the
a
snack.
snack.
Hmm.
I just was reading Kerrilynn's. Let's bring this.
Okay, so was I. I kept trying to grab it, so we were probably
Yeah.
both running at each other.
Kerrilynn is sharing, but isn't that where all the floods happened to and many people died? Ley lines unburied, leaving questions of water sources. And they said that the rock moved to reveal minerals hidden in the mountains. Did I miss something? I missed part of the conversation. I think we're not talking about ley lines.
Are we not? Well, let's see. Carol, can you maybe let us?
Otherworldly and underground and hidden realms by the huge disruption.
No, I think that's her comment. So I think she's commenting. Please correct us if we're wrong, Carolyn. So you're asking about ley lines. Is that where a lot of this stuff happens? Is what you're saying? Hidden realms.
I don't.
Well, you'll have to let us
We
know.
know that there's underground realms and hidden realms for sure. And Carrie, you are exactly who I was thinking of when Benno asked the question about tapping into cryptids, because I know that
Grab something
tap
with
in
me.
as well too.
I'm in the dark, you guys. I will show you because that's a good question. It's well, of course I can't find. Oh, here it is. So you don't have to take a course like this. You can. There's many different videos and types of things, but I think it's a good question, Contessa. Who would be able to tell us if we are living near or on ley lines? Like I said, this course, and she used dowsing rods, but you don't have to. Like if you're intuitively able to pick that up, or energy shifts, like I know Kerrilynn can pick those things up, and so there's different things you can use. But like I said, with this one, I learned how to do it with this. It was a really wonderful course. I think she still got bits and pieces of it on her YouTube channel if you go far enough back, and she taught people again, if you're say just starting out or learning about different gifts, like how to help someone cross over, like opening light portals, say they communicated with you. There was all kinds of things in this course. It was really wonderful. I'm not saying it's a be all to end all. That's like one little tiny solution compared to so many other options. And I'm hearing Kerrilynn has many more. I'm hearing that right now. What else would you suggest, Kerrilynn?
So they do map them as well too. So you should be like, you can find maps online where people have mapped them, but it is pendulums and dowsing rods for sure, and doing energy work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's got a really cool story. That's why I really connected with it, because she said that dowsing, she's from Belgium. So she said over in Europe, it's quite a normal thing, like a big thing. Like if you're having, say, paranormal activity, and what had happened very quickly, her father got very ill and ended up passing away from stomach cancer. And she was still in Belgium. And then her mother all of a sudden started to get the same symptoms as her father. And she couldn't figure out why. You use muscle test or use a pendulum to see what's in the land or above. Okay. But just to share this story quickly, and so she couldn't figure out what was going on. So they got one of the dowsers to come over, and she made it very clear. So what had happened was her mother was laying in her father's spot. Now, was she getting stomach cancer in the exact same spot? No, but the dowser had discovered there was a crossing of ley lines exactly where her father laid, and this was affecting her mother's energy field. And I'm not explaining it as beautifully as she did. So I think the dowser helped them with, basically neutralizing some of the energy. Plus, her mom just went back to sleeping on her side. No, it wasn't causing illness in her mom. Her mom apparently was picking up, if I remember correctly, just energetically, which had also contributed to her father's illness. And no, it doesn't mean if you're laying on a ley line, you're going to get sick. It was just a really interesting story she told about why she became so interested in this and what she was doing. Like I say, if you check out her channel, I'm positive it was a couple of years ago or a year or so ago. If you look back in her old stuff, she still has bits and pieces of that talk that she does. Pretty interesting.
Anyway, it said ghost paranormal limestone water. So I found where those ley lines hit, there was the same thing,
Limestone?
limestone and water as well too. And it just hums. It hums, and tapping in is really quick, and there's lots of high strangeness around.
Okay, so I got a question for you. When you came to Thunder Bay, energetically, what did you pick up from the land? Because we're on shale. Never mind that you can never get true north here because of the high magnetivity, I guess, within the earth. Did you pick up anything different when you've been here with the land?
Well,
I kind of put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Me too.
I didn't. So we didn't really get to go to land, right?
Right, you didn't. Yeah.
So where we were
Mhm.
was at the water, but there was all kinds of other energetic things that were super overwhelming. So I didn't get to necessarily go out. So we kind of did. We did this year. Was that like the fort place?
Oh, Fort William.
So we went there, and that had a hum to it. That was a totally different vibe than where we were staying downtown, for sure.
And a lot of history too within that space as well.
But it was like this. There were spirits moving steady, steady. It was just steady.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it. So we had one. I don't know. Did I start this or did you?
I did.
Okay, well, let's bring it up then.
Kerrilynn, I understand where you're going now. Sorry that I wasn't keeping up. It's hard with all. Anyway, thanks for being patient. Kerrilynn is sharing, yes, the Appalachians, isn't it, near ley lines? And then they get disrupted. Floods reveal minerals hidden, which may disrupt the things the guy saw on his roof, etc. The beings the woman saw in her backyard. I agree. That's certainly a possibility.
We didn't even get into like there's moon people that I came across. There's feral people, and again, nothing's been proven. This is all just stories from people living in the areas, right? There's a wampus cat. There's strange lights, like almost anything you could think of. Like I heard people talking about shapeshifters in the videos I was looking up. In my research, it was saying it's not typically known for that or for skinwalkers, but those were two of the hugest things I kept hearing people from the areas talking about. So,
you're not supposed, if you say that you saw something at night, you're not supposed to say that you saw it. If you heard something, you're not supposed to say that you heard it. Yeah, and don't whistle at night.
If you see something, you didn't. If you heard something, you didn't. And then we didn't even get into the haints or ghosts or haint blue, which I knew nothing about, but you did. Do you want to tell me about haint blue?
Yeah, so that's what I painted. The porch ceiling, like the covered porch, is painted so it confuses the spirits so they don't come in the house. Mish is sharing. I said there was a movement going on sending love to the ley lines because they are also used for negative things. Gotcha.
Love that. That's a great idea. Yeah, because I had never heard of haint blue, and it was a couple years back ago. I'd asked you, buddy, go, yeah, have you not heard of haint blue?
Haint blue, it's my favorite. My bedroom's even kind of a shade of haint blue too. Love it.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it, but you're right. It's supposed to confuse the spirits. Some of the other reasons, because I was really curious about this too. Like, and you guys has always asked great questions. Like I had said, like, why the Appalachians? And so we've talked about many of the, like, the extreme geographical age of the mountains. It's the other one I saw was the rugged, isolated terrain fosters mystery and hidden phenomena. Oh, Contessa, go ahead. What you saying? Or on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Oh, it's haint. So it's H as in Henry, A, I. Am I spelling it right, Kerrilynn? I, N as in Norman, T as in Tom. Haint. Yeah. And Benno says, I never want to meet a dog man. Yeah, you and me both.
I agree.
Bigfoot, I'm on the fence with, but I to tell you the truth, and I'd love to hear your beliefs and you guys in the chat too. I think it's kind of a blessing that if you see like a Bigfoot, like if you're able to actually physically witness that. And I do believe they're interdimensional. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, that they want you, like if you
Yeah.
have that experience, they're allowing you to see them.
Yes,
so
that's why I say blessing.
for sure.
So what do you guys think? Or have any of you actually seen a Bigfoot in real life, or even hopefully
Eye
not?
shine, that was weird.
Yes, there you go. Even better. I was gonna say dog man, but how about eye shine? That was weird.
Swamp gas lights in the sky.
No,
We saw red lights that were bouncing in the forest at that place where it goes silent. So I don't know what that was. And the house that we lived in up north, there was definitely like a doorway, a portal doorway that was open in the house, but it was on there is an indigenous background to the land and that house specifically. So I had to move that portal door out out of the house onto the property further back to a different place on the property because it was affecting my son so much.
Oh, poor sweetie. Oh, that's awful. No, when you were saying lights, because this came up in the research, the brown mountain lights. And some of the research I was saying, well, I've heard of blue lights, like with the will-o'-the-wisps. And it says, do you mind if I share that, Kerrilynn?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so it says that brown mountain lights are one of the most enduring and mysterious ghost light phenomena in the Appalachian Mountains, specifically around Brown Mountain in the Linville Gorge area of Burke County, Western North Carolina. These are unexplained glowing orbs or lights that appear sporadically at night, hovering, floating, darting, or flickering along the ridges and slopes, often described as a small star-like points of light, larger balls of fire, or candle-like glows. Colors commonly reported include white, yellow, orange, red, and sometimes blue or multicolored shifts. So almost any color, I would say. They can move slowly, bob up and down, rise high into the sky, or vanish and reappear suddenly, sometimes for minutes or hours. That's strange. Very strange.
Benno is sharing blue light is often associated with color and type of light experienced by abductees.
That I would carry them there on the same wavelength tonight because I was just going to say that for your comment. Thank you. I don't know. Have you blue light?
Yep, I've heard that. I've heard that. Contessa sharing, I'm patiently waiting for the mothership. I have said that 3 times today. Actually, I've talked about that. Yeah, 3 times today. Where, really? Well, and you know the same thing that I think I've sent you pictures because my kids have. Yeah, I'm outside at 10 o'clock at night with a flashlight. Where are you? Where?
Yes.
I'm ready. Flashing at night.
I have a file of all the weird stuff I have filmed in the sky around my house. And like I always told the story many times, Julie Jean Bassett got to witness it one time. And it was red lights. Isn't that weird? It's always red lights, like way up in the sky. I can see that's the most common color.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Benno says he saw 4 to 5 last night, very fast across the sky.
Did we?
Were you going to say, sorry?
We were not on the screen. For me, on my computer when I was watching the monitor, we were not there for a
Sorry,
second.
guys. So Naomi is saying, I'd like to meet Bigfoot. So are we frozen again? Sorry, guys, this has been happening. I think you were right.
We're not.
Benno? Not on? No, we keep freezing here. And I was
Tell me
saying that.
again.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All I said, I was asking you what you said because it had paused quick. Solar flares. That makes sense too.
That's what I was trying to say. Benno had said that earlier, and it makes sense because I had that problem Tuesday afternoon. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I do, like I say, we'll save this for another time, you guys, because we always like to talk about what you guys like to talk about. And this is kind of fun, the conversation we've had. Don't you think, Kerrilynn?
Well, I knew that video would take us into a great conversation. There was just so much in that video, and then the follow-up one. You did have a story did you want to read the story?
I did. Yeah, that's why I was saying that. Don't go anywhere yet. We're not going just yet, but this is, you know what? I really love Thursday nights. And I always say to Kerrilynn, let's just go have fun.
Yeah.
That's why I love doing this. It's just having fun. So I do have a story. This is from the Appalachians. I had a couple, actually. I forgot. I found one on the website. Have you guys heard of the website Quora? It's Quora. And I don't usually use it. I got to find my glasses and I'm talking to you guys here. Hang on. And then I keep thinking, are they on my head? I'm one of those people, right? So they're here. I know they're here.
I've used my dowsing rods to find my glasses.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
my keys.
Good thing I only have 20,000 pairs, and it's because we're in the dark. Once I've got another pair here. As soon as I turn on the lights, I'll find them. I know I will. So give me a sec, guys. These ones are dirty, but I can still read. So come back here, Mr. Reddit story. Where did you go? I have it here. So come on back. Yeah, I had all kinds of videos actually, but Kerrilynn and I were talking about them and said sometimes it's just nice. We like to kind of vet them a little bit too, right? Than just find them and pull them up on the screen. Okay, this story is from Reddit under the No Sleep subreddit. And it says, let me tell you what I saw in the Appalachian Mountains. Hello, all. Originally, I'm from West Virginia. I moved around between the Appalachians and the Midwest some as a kid. Between the ages of 10 to 13, I lived in rural Kentucky in the foothills of one of the oldest mountain ranges on the planet. Sorry, their spelling's a little off here, so I'm trying to get the right words here. I lived with my dad and my grams. We lived in a holler, and it's in quotations. Think of it, because I've often wondered, because I hear the hollers a lot having to do with that, or, southern states around the Appalachians. So what he says is we call a holler, think of it like a cul-de-sac in between a set of foothills. We lived in the middle of the neighborhood with nothing but family on both sides. No one lived across from us or behind us because of the foothills. When I moved in, my grams had some rules I had to follow. At the time, I chalked them up to hillbilly stranger danger. Again, their words, not mine. There were things like don't mess around with the wild animals. Don't go out into the woods alone. Then they got a little weird, like don't whistle. We didn't get to that stuff yet. Don't whistle if you see or hear your name, if you hear your name, don't answer and don't go to it. And if you see someone in the woods that you think you might know, no, you didn't, and just come home. This experience happened in August when I was 11. My dad and I had mowed a path through the tall grass and berry bushes to the left of the double wide we lived in. We camped out there a lot because it was close enough that we could still check on my grams. Excuse me. Now, when you're in the woods, things are louder than you think. And yes, they are, wouldn't you agree? Much louder than you think, especially at night. It says you have animal life, bugs chattering, wind through the trees and grass. There was a stream that ran along the road you could easily hear. That night, we added the campfire to that list. My dad decided to go back up to the house about a quarter mile to get more beer and to check on grams. Before he left, he told me not to mess with the fire. After a few minutes of watching the fire, things started to get quiet, like real quiet. The wind had all but stopped. Bug and animal sounds were all gone, and the stream sounded like it was miles away. I was getting uncomfortable, even though I'd been left at the campground before like this. Then I started to smell and taste it. It was in the back of my throat out of nowhere, this awful metal tang. After a few more minutes of dread, my dad came back. He was mad right away. He said he could smell burning metal coming up the trail. He accused me of tossing beer cans in the fire. I told him I didn't and even pointed to the fire to prove it. He said there was a storm coming in and we needed to get back, and he let it go. We left the tent and started on our way back. Now, the very cool but very weird thing about lightning in the woods, this dance, is when the lightning hits, it lights up sorry, there's no punctuation or anything, so I apologize, guys. So he says about lightning in the woods, this dance is when the light hits, it lights up everything like the middle of the day. Well, up until the front of the trees. After the first set of trees, it's pitch black. There are no street lights, and unless you have lights on your property, it's completely black. So it's pitch black, lightly raining, and other than the dim lights from the house windows, there's nothing. I'm eating watermelon, as one does in August in the mountains when the first clap of lightning hits. Everything is bright as it can be. After the second passes, it's black as pitch, aging. He said, or I think what he meant to say is, after the second passes, it's black as pitch again. Next clap of lightning comes, and that's when I kind of see it. On the porch, past the yard, over the stream, past the road, and the ditches on either side, just past the first line of trees, I could see the silhouette of it. Then it goes dark. This is also when I start to taste that same awful burning metal. I'm not really sure what I saw, so I just kind of stay still. It's a few minutes before the lightning hits again. The figure is now closer, standing side by side to the trees. Then it's back again. I'm standing now, not sure what to do. It's been 20 years to this day, and I've tried but could never fully describe what I saw. This thing's head wasn't proportioned to its body. The arms were too long, and the torso didn't fit right. It was like you asked a blind person to draw what a person looked like. It just didn't look correct. Once the lightning hit again, the thing is standing in the middle of the road. Not wanting to see this thing get any closer, I go inside. My Grams is doing dishes and asks why I'm inside. I tell her what I think that I saw something. She almost immediately gets my dad on his feet, telling him to shut and lock all the windows and doors. My dad, very vaguely drunk, obeys. That night, I sleep with my Grams. The next day, we discover the tent door is torn off. It didn't look like an animal. Things weren't cut or shredded, but looked like someone took and pulled it apart. My uncle, who lived a mile or so up, had all 8 chickens killed. Heads gone, no blood. The next few weeks, all the kids had to wait for the bus with an adult. My dad had to be late for work for almost 3 weeks. Anytime I tried to talk about it, I just had the subject changed. I just figured I was a kid and it wasn't important or real. It wasn't until years later I finally understood. I was in my early 20s and some cousins were in town for Halloween. We're almost at the end, guys. As I was telling this story, my aunt got irate with me, saying, "Don't you tell them that. Don't you put that evil on them." After, I couldn't help but think back on all the times I tried to talk about it and how I was shunned. My kid mind not realizing it wasn't as simple as a subject change and then actively shushing me. Once I started dipping my toes in Reddit, I realized there was a name for this thing, and the name my auntie had called it that day at the party, and other people have seen it, the goat man. And I did do some research, but we'll have to save it for another story. Just 2 more lines here. What bothers me the most is how to this day I couldn't describe any feature, nor have I tasted that awful burning metal taste. So friends, if you ever find yourself in the foothills of Kentucky, please remember my Grams rules.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I've mentioned it before, but for anybody who's interested, a very cool docuseries to watch is Hellier.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance yet. That's on my list.
There's 2 seasons to it, with Greg and Dana Newkirk.
Mm-hmm.
So they have their podcast and the Traveling Occult Museum and all of the great things that they do. So and it started off with an email that Greg had received about Kentucky goblins.
Now I remember. I got that mixed up with another series. Now I remember you telling me, because I'd never heard of Kentucky goblins until I
Wild.
met you.
It is wild, 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 wild. Everything about it
Mhm.
is wild. And so it goes all over the place.
Mhm.
And super interesting if you are interested in cryptids and aliens. Estes method, it's all there, all of it.
Mhm.
Crazy goose chase down a rabbit hole.
Mhm.
And
Now
that's the thing that I love the most about that. And when we're talking about Appalachian folklore, Hellier, Hellier, Hellier. And why I appreciated Hellier so much is I think that all of this, it's great discussions, like Benno said, great conversation. It's a conversation that we will never have all the answers to. So we need to be respectful when we're talking, be open-minded, that we all have a different perspective and experiences, and we will never know the answers. So we just need to have fun talking about it.
I agree. Now, you guys don't go anywhere, because the second night of the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche is coming up next. But who have you got on tomorrow? What's coming up with Spirit Switchboard?
I'm really excited. So she was booked to come on before Christmas, and we had to reschedule. So Rebecca F. Pittman, she's been on before. We talked about, she's an author. She has the History and Haunting of series. So we had her on talking about the 1771 Enfield House, Lizzie Borden. And so her book came out about the Smurl family horror just a few weeks before the last Conjuring movie came out. So I think it's called Last Rites, Conjuring 4 Last Rites. So yeah, it's about the Smurl family horror. So we're going to be talking about that that story and experience and her research, which she did a phenomenal job researching that book.
She's always such a good guest, because I remember with the Lizzie Borden house, I was like on the edge of my seat when she was on, and I think I caught some of the Enfield haunting part too. She's a really great speaker.
Because then we had the family on afterwards, right? So the family that owned the 1771 Enfield house came on. So it was great. Who do you have on Monday?
I have Steve Burgess coming back on. He's a hypnotherapist. He does in between lives, past lives. You guys loved him. I had him on probably when I first came on the networks almost 7 years ago. He had a new book out, and you guys kept saying, "Oh, he's got to come back. He's got to come back." So he is coming back. As far as I know, I have a good feeling. He's amazing, really great guest. He's been on Michelle DeRoche's show before too, so he's coming on. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, you guys. So thank you for being here, everybody.
Super fun. Thanks everybody for being in the chat, your questions and comments, and hanging out with us. We appreciate you all. We're getting back into the swing of things, right?
We are
getting back into the swing of things, and I hope to see you back here next week. Thank you to Joe Montaldo. It's his birthday. Please make sure you go over and wish him a happy birthday. Thank you to Michelle DeRoche and all the work that she does for us. Thank you to the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast, 107.7 FM in New Orleans. You've been listening to Beneath the Hollow Moon with Kerrilynn Shellhorn and Lorilei Potvin. And yeah, so you're just gonna have to take it us out, because I'm not remembering.
Don't follow the whispers as well. I'll go with that, you guys. We love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow on Kerrilynn Show, and then next week, and hang tight for Michelle. All right, everybody.
Good night, everyone.